to you from the Radford Studio Center lot in Studio City, right over the hill from Hollywood. This is the place where dreams are made, legends are born. Hello and welcome to The Lot. I'm Suzanne Marquez. Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Zegler are the daughters of Atlas in the new Shazam, Fury of the Gods, in theaters now.
Children stole the power of all the gods. This is very personal, Billy.
The daughters of Atlas are out to reclaim the powers granted to Billy Bastion and his family in Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Your world will not survive this.
We knew it was going to be something special if we got a sequel. So, reading that script for the first time, immediately knew, wow, like this is like elevated in so many ways.
Yeah.
And people are going to love this.
Guys, that was a signal. We practiced this like 12 times. Thank you.
Shazam's superpowered siblings get bigger roles this time.
Family is the driving force because of, what Billy's character is dealing with, which is, not wanting to be abandoned and trying to find his identity and, all those things. And that starts in the first one and moves into this one.
I don't deserve these powers, if I'm being honest. Like, what am I even contributing?
Shazam's sequel, Super Suit, got an upgrade.
The suit is a little easier to get in and out of because the first one, we had practical lights in the gauntlets and in the chest plate. That meant we had wires that ran through the suit, and those would constantly not work properly. And so we had to be very ginger about it, and it just made a whole other level of complication. With this suit, no wiring inside, so it definitely, it makes the NASCAR pit stop a lot quicker to get it on and off. We have one job to do: save the world.
Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves is coming out at the end of March, and stars Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez are showing us all of the cool creatures in the film.
What creatures will you meet when you go see the new movie, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves?
Oh, that's not good.
Will there be an owlbear?
What is that again?
The mashup that somehow pairs all of the terror with none of the cute from Owls and Bears.
We're mimics, monsters that can pose as anything.
Will there be a gelatinous cube that disarms its victims?
How about a displacer beast? A predator with tentacles and cloaking abilities and, well, isn't that more than enough?
Or an intellect devourer. A giant brain that consumes other brains, like some kind of awful brain cannibal.
The higher the intelligence of the prey, the more likely they are to strike.
Oh, that's a little hurtful.
Or even Thembershot, the red dragon who looks like he ate all the other dragons as appetizers.
You'll just have to go see Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves to find out.
Okay, staying with the fantasy theme, the Magic Flute by Mozart has been made into a movie for teens, transporting you to other worlds Harry Potter style.
I'm Sophie. I'm Tim.
Jack Wolf plays Tim Walker, a high schooler sent to the Austrian Alps to attend the legendary Mozart boarding school.
Quando sono solo sogli all'orizzonte manca le parole.
Enough.
There he discovers a forgotten passageway into the fantastic world of Mozart's The Magic Flute.
My parents are both musicians and they work with music in the community. So my mum teaches piano and runs a community choir. My dad works with brass bands. And so I was always sort of surrounded by music. This is my first ever feature film. And so to be doing a film that's based on it's a tribute to, I guess, a live art form feels like full circle and very special to me.
The Queen of the Night aria by Mozart is among the most famous in opera, and she's a villain in the opera and the movie. The film's director, Florian Siegel, says he fell in love with Mozart's music when he saw the 1984 movie Amadeus.
Loved Amadeus as a movie from when I was a small kid, and I started studying music because of that, and started playing the violin because of that, and always dreamed of creating something that could inspire other people as well, especially kids.
These are originals?
F. Murray Abraham played composer Antonio Salieri, Mozart's adversary. He won the Best Actor Oscar for his incredible portrayal and stars in The Magic Flute as headmaster of the school, Dr. Longbow. And he almost didn't take the role.
I was really stunned. I mean, at first it was an idea about a really wonderful casting director in London, Sophie Holland, who actually she just recently finished working on Wednesday, so she's like a super pro, and she came with great suggestions. And when she suggested Murray, I was like, I wouldn't have thought that he would do it, to be very honest. I thought, okay, let's give it a try. It was like a mere dream, and he wasn't sure at the beginning, but his wife made him. And then he said, okay, I'll do it.
In one world, he's a student. In the other, Tim Walker becomes Prince Tamino, where he goes on fantastical adventures, tricked by the Queen of the Night.
It's so brilliant and so expansive and beautiful. And it also feels nostalgic. It reminds me of the films I grew up with in that way.
Wait, guys, I'm here. I'm scared of the dark.
Willem Dafoe stars in a new film as a thief trapped inside a penthouse filled with priceless works of art. And just that, he has to figure out how to survive in the movie Inside.
Final approach to target. Number 1, go!
Okay, you got 7 minutes. Stay focused. The art in here is worth millions.
Willem Dafoe's main co-stars and antagonists in the film Inside are an inescapable penthouse and the art his character is trying to steal.
Come in, number 3.
It taps into something that's very basic about performing, and it's about doing things and being present. So they aren't conventional scenes in this, but there are very strong actions. And those objects, those works of art, the house, they are strangely very active partners, believe it or not.
But art is for keeps.
And it had to be a real collection. And it was brilliantly curated because some emerging artists, but also established artists, but they were all real pieces, and they were pieces in private collections. So it was credible that they would be in this man's collection.
I'm dying.
Because of how the movie unfolds, the director needed to shoot it chronologically.
That was because our set was deteriorating through the actions of my hero. And also shooting chronologically, it gave us this amazing opportunity to try and find out and try new things that were not scripted. So we came at the end, I guess that 40% of the film is not scripted.
Nobody here but us pigeons. Right?
Spooky. When we come back, a band takes on Ticketmaster. Welcome back to The Lot. The Emmy Award-winning Ted Lasso returns for its third and possibly final season. Entertainment Tonight's Nichelle Turner was on the blue carpet with Jason Sudeikis and the cast to get all the details. Nichelle.
Hey, Suzanne, it's finally time to get back on the pitch with AFC Richmond. But when we last saw Ted, he was about to go to battle against his old assistant. It's kind of been billed as this season would be Ted versus Nate, right?
Yeah.
Does Ted ever have a mean streak?
Yes, I believe so. I think he has it in him. I think we all have
We
that.
see it?
May we not use it against people that can't fight back or don't deserve it, but I think we all have that.
No, I'm more bothered that Rupert must just be so happy right now.
Who's really gotten stuck in your head these days, huh?
No.
Hannah Waddingham's Rebecca has a little fight in her. She's still facing off against her ex-husband. This season is a lot about you wanting to beat West Ham because it's Rupert's team.
Well, it's not just that. He's also, slightly pinched a nerve with the fact that he's going after Ted because it's Nate. It's one thing for you to go at me, but don't go at the people that have made me a better version of me.
Now, Jason won't confirm if this season will be Ted's last, though he's hinted it. Brett Goldstein and Phil Dunster did stun us with a rumor about the new season. He's joked that he plans to kill off a lot of people in season 3. Does someone really die?
I said 5 characters. I didn't say they all die, I just said 5. If you've been watching the show, there are enough clues there.
You should have seen that from the get-go.
I've been Brett Goldstein. This has been an ET exclusive. Thank you for watching. Come back next week where I'll be interviewing the surviving members of Ted Lasso season 3.
And of course, we'll have so much more on the next Entertainment Tonight. I'm Nichelle Turner.
You might want to start calling Kerry Washington Midas because everything she touches turns into gold. She stars in and executive produced a new Hulu show called Unprisoned.
Okay, so my dad is getting out of prison after 17 years, and today's the day.
Paige, played by Kerry Washington, is a relationship therapist whose father, played by Delroy Lindo, recently gets out of prison. They say it's important to tell this story because they found out just how many Americans are affected by the criminal justice system.
Millions. I did not know it was 80 million.
80 million Americans are living with a criminal record. So you think about each of those individuals and their stories, taking them out of the margins and centering them, and then adding light to all of the loved ones, all the people around them who get impacted by their journey with the criminal justice system. That's what we're trying to do. We can't be all of their stories, but we can at least bring as much truth as we can to this story of Edwin and Paige, so that people don't feel less alone, knowing that some of these details are their shared experience.
That's right. I was always there for you.
Yeah, if by always you mean this call is from a federal prison. You will not be charged for this call.
But even though the show portrays what Americans are going through, they decided to add a comedic twist because isn't that the best healing mechanism? What makes this story a little more special is finding out the story was inspired by the executive producer and creator of Unprisoned, Tracy McMillan.
I have had to do a lot of work on myself in order to have good relationships. I've had to heal my relationship with my dad. And the show is just really like diving into that journey, because I think that I was most impacted by my dad going to prison around, my mothering, my partnering, and my self-esteem, my inner child. It's a very... we're trying to heal.
The love and respect you see on screen is also shared off screen. Every cast member was excited to be working with one another.
Who would you say you got closest to on set?
Edwin?
Yeah, I got close to all of them. Pretty equally. Marquis was like my brother on set. I loved getting to work with Marquis. He's so funny, so chill. I spent so much time with Carrie and Delroy. Carrie was like my second mom on set. She was watching my nutrition. She'd give me notes and tips.
Look, day one for me was crazy in the best way. There's a scene with myself, Carrie, and Delroy, and halfway through the day, in between one of the takes, I stop and I'm like, I just want y'all to know that can't pretend this is not happening right now, and I'm freaking the bloop out right now.
School Spirits is a haunting mystery about a teen girl stuck in the afterlife trying to solve her own murder. It's streaming now on Paramount+. Maddie is played by Peyton List. She's murdered inside of her high school. She, along with other ghosts of teenage past, are trying to solve the who and why someone would want to kill her.
Everyone calls me Maddie.
Every episode takes viewers closer and closer to solving the murder.
Everything kind of morphs in the last few episodes. Peyton, you said it was kind of a wild experience for you.
In the last 2 episodes? Yeah.
Yeah, without giving anything away, it's kind of like we think it's going one way.
I feel like it's like everything before it is obviously moving, but it's planting the seeds for the finale, which is you just get all of the answers. And I love that they didn't hold back in the first season. The season definitely leaves on a cliffhanger, but you're also not wondering what's going on anymore. I don't even know. I want to give anything away, but yeah.
How'd you die? The story even had cast members wanting to know the who as they were filming each episode.
I love the story. I love a ghost story. I love the 80s vibe, but I also love that we really don't know what's going on until the end of the series. What was it like being part of this?
Being part of it is you are part of the journey of the characters. You just want to, I want to find out, Kiara wants to find out, everyone wants to find out what actually happened to Maddie. So that's really fun. We have a different experience as well, since we're not in a part of the decade of the ghosts. We're in the living, and so we're kind of playing different kinds of teenagers, present day teenagers, and that's fun as well.
I think the whole dynamic of just how we were with each other made it really fun. Like the fact that we were just like a little family, and we just all got along really well, which was you don't really see all the time. And that made it really fun to like go back to high school.
What was her name again? And you would think that because there's a room full of young adults playing teens, that there was going to be drama on set. Well, we all thought wrong because this cast seems to have all the chemistry they needed to consider themselves like family. Rainbow Waddell and Spencer McPherson both shared what it was like working with the cast and crew.
Did you guys get together before shooting, or did you all just meet on the first day of shooting? How did you guys work out the chemistry? Was it just the lines bringing you together, or did you guys have meetups too?
We definitely met a lot of filming, and I think we met a few times before we started shooting.
Yeah.
And it was just instant chemistry, instant connection with everyone. We became a big, giant family.
I need to know what happened.
Let the people in charge figure out what happened.
What do you want?
French Quarter. You control the streets, the police, all of that.
So good. This is a scene from the season finale of Your Honor, Season 2, streaming now and on demand on Showtime as well, March 19th. The series stars Bryan Cranston as a New Orleans judge who gets tied up with organized crime after his son is involved in a hit and run. I spoke with Andreen Ward Hammond, who plays Big Mo, the head of the Desire crime family, who has a sneak peek.
I just know that everybody will be shocked. The hope is that they'll be happy. But I know she had no choice. She lost the love of her life. So the only thing that she has is business. And the only direction for her business to go is up. So she's got a little bit of a challenge with the Baxters, which the Big Mo's only challenge was Jimmy Baxter. So the fact that Gina is full-fledged in my face when my battle was not with her, everybody's looking forward to see what's going to happen between us two. So
You see that? A showdown's coming. All right, Irish rock icons U2 have new music and a new documentary. And we take a look at all the stars appearing in Disney's The Little Mermaid. The first full trailer is out for Disney's live-action take on The Little Mermaid. Singer Halle Bailey stars as Ariel, while Javier Bardem plays her father, King Triton. Moviegoers are also getting a first look at Melissa McCarthy in the role of Ursula.
You can't live in that world unless you become a human yourself.
The Little Mermaid is set to hit the big screen May 26th. Rapper Drake is hitting the road for his first North American tour in 5 years. The It's All a Blur tour will celebrate the last decade of his career and kicks off in New Orleans in June. Other stops include Boston, Miami, and LA. Tickets are on sale now. And the new documentary, Bono and the Edge, a sort of homecoming with Dave Letterman, just hit Disney+. The legendary talk show host interviews the Irish rock icons for the film.
They've been together so long and they've had so many great pieces of music, but they can't stop it. Yeah, I mean, once the switch is thrown, it stays thrown.
The Irish are really good at talking, except when the cameras are on. We're not so good at that. We're better in pubs. He made us forget that the cameras were there.
Bono and the Edge, a sort of homecoming with Dave Letterman, coincides with the release of U2's retrospective album, Songs of Surrender, also out March 17th. Robert Smith of The Cure has convinced Ticketmaster to pay back some of the money it charged fans for tickets. Fans complained the fees for The Cure's upcoming tour are higher than the actual ticket price. Smith posted that he's sickened by the fees and then convinced Ticketmaster to give partial refunds and lower their fees. Ticketmaster's fee structure is currently under scrutiny by the federal government. James Corden's Carpool Karaoke featured international sensation Bad Bunny. And if there's any question if Corden can sing in Spanish, well, here's your answer, along with some other highlights.
Trying to sing it like Ariana Grande.
I think this is the most, the English song that I most know.
Really?
The lyrics.
Yeah.
Because I listen to English music, I like, but I never listen.
This is the power
life, I am being a creative artist.
Hang on. Let's pull over and we'll do a little art class now.
Oh,
okay? So I've got some pads here. And then... Are you done?
I think I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to reveal to me or I'll reveal to you?
You can do it first. You're artist.
Oh, stop.
I think this is not like you. This is more like Donald Trump.
Did you say I look more like Donald Trump?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Do you think I've got what it takes to be a wrestler?
You?
Yeah, do you think I could be a wrestler?
You ready?
Yeah.
This is the ring. Sit here.
Okay. Oh. But then while I'm here, I'm like... This is harder than I ever thought it was. Whoa, God, okay, you're a naughty bunny. Ow!
Stand up, come on.
People ask me why I'm quitting the show.
Singing, writing, wrestling? What fun they had. Okay, don't go away. Ever wondered what it would be like to walk through a Harry Potter set? When we come back, we'll take a peek at a brand new behind-the-scenes exhibition of the iconic saga. Welcome back to The Lot. Here in Hollywood, we have the wizarding world of Harry Potter at Universal Studios, and now Hogwarts is heading to Tokyo. Mark Stewart has more from Japan.
Harry Potter's magic.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Is transporting to Tokyo. It's on this massive lot where fans will see some of the series' most iconic sets, like the Great Hall at Hogwarts and the Forbidden Forest. It's part of the new Warner Brothers studio, soon to open in Japan.
What goes through your mind when you see the train, you see the sets, you see the costumes?
Wow, I can't believe it. And when I come here, I have to remember that I'm here on a business trip and not to be looking at this as if I'm just a fan.
Jeff Nagler is president of Warner Brothers Worldwide Studio Operations.
Why Japan?
I think that was one of the easiest decisions for us, actually, because of the whole global interest in Harry Potter. After the United States and after the UK, Japan is the third best area for Harry Potter fandom.
The Tokyo studio is modeled after the one in London and will be larger. A big draw, the Hogwarts Express train that was made in London, transported by land and by sea to its new home here in Japan.
It's not just about the sets, it's about the accessories, the costumes, the props, like the ones you've seen in the movies.
We normally don't get to see what goes on behind the scenes in movies, but here we get to see how films get made. For example, it shows us how the people who work in the costume, props, movie set departments all work as a team.
A glimpse into movie magic far from Harry Potter's roots in the UK.
Do you see Asia as a growth market for experiences like this?
Absolutely. We do look at China, and we look at Japan, we look at South Korea. We have a big fan base in Australia and New Zealand as well. It's not Asia, it's the whole Asia-Pacific region.
Stories of imagination appealing to audiences around the world.
Gosh, now I'm craving a butterbeer. That's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'm Suzanne Marquez. See you again next week on The Lot.